live from Harbor Station, it's the Vector Spaceman Show. Now here's your host, Vector Spaceman!
Hello, Space Cadets! It's your old pal, Vector Spaceman. We're back at it again, man, and we're coming to you live once more, straight from Harbor Station, broadcasting on all frequencies to our beautiful planet Earth. Now, whether you're watching us live or catching us after the show, don't you know, we're glad to have you on board. Thanks for helping us keep outer space the place to be tonight, Friday, December 12th, 2025. If you can believe it, it's a Friday once again. Welcome back, Space Cadets, and if you're just tuning in for the very first time tonight, then hey, welcome aboard. I'm Vector Spaceman, this is the Vector Spaceman Show, and we've got a late start to December, to the month of December, but we're checking in to say hello, see how things are, catch up with the Space Cadets, do a little chit-chatting before the holidays, which are hot on our heels. We're hoping we'll have some time for a stream next week as well, maybe even the week of Christmas, which is less than 2 weeks away. Get all your pre-seasonal prep done while you can, Space Cadets. The countdown is on. Now, if you missed the last show, If you missed the last show, we had a very special program, yes indeed, wherein we brought on longtime friend of the show, streaming companion and star of animated skits and specials, Neff, the one, the only, the magnificent Neff, back on the show to talk about what's been up, what's been good, and what's going on. We shared little messages from other friends of the show, had a few call-ins as well. Everybody wishing Neff all the best, and we're all very happy to hear that she's doing well. Maybe even considering a return to streaming in the future. We'll always have room for Neff here at Harbor Station, and of course, right in our hearts as well. And if she does come back in whatever form that takes, then we'll be sure to hype that up to no end. You can count on it. And if you want to stay up to date with all of our broadcasts so that you never ever miss a show, then be sure to follow Vector Spaceman on YouTube, on Blue Sky, and of course, right here on Twitch. Back into the swing of things. It's just like riding a bike. Except that we accidentally messed up a bit of the audio at the start, but that's fine, nobody's gonna notice. All good, all easy. Space Cadets, good to see you. It's been a couple weeks now. We try to stay active, but it's this season, man. It's just this seasonality. Tonight's topic of discussion, tonight's stream title, we got whammed. We got whammed. We got straight whamageddoned at the Christmas market. So just this past weekend, Spaceman was out and about, Earthside, touching grass, if you will. Touching snow would be the more apropos thing to say. Checking out some local Christmas markets with local independent VTubing companions. And it was funny. It was the dumbest thing. We were all gathered around, just meeting up. And for whatever reason, the topic had turned to the Whamageddon Challenge, which of course, to the uninitiated, is from the 1st to the 25th of December of every year, an annual competition. You've got to do your best to avoid hearing Wham's Last Christmas. We're talking the original recording, the OG. Covers don't count. You can hum it in your head, that's fine. But if you hear the original Wham, Last Christmas, then you're out of the game. It's completely on the honor system, but it's a matter of survival. It's a challenge of attrition. And it had just come up in conversation. I was trying to explain the rules to some people. And then we take like 10 steps into this Christmas market that we were visiting, and that's exactly what's playing over the loudspeakers. So we all got. We were speed running it, especially for these people who didn't even know they were competing. But now they'll know better for next year. There's always next year. So I think that means, shoot, how long did we last this year? 7 days. A whole week. Not our highest score, I'm sure. But commendable, applaudable. Something to try to beat for next year. Put it on the board. We'll try to remember. Apart from that, saw some Christmas lights. There's been a lot of nice displays this year around where Spaceman's at. Oh, and actually, at the Christmas market, we saw something. Let me see if I can look it up here. I didn't realize that this was like a thing that happens like every year here in Toronto. Let me pull up the YouTubes. Pulling up the YouTubes. Let's go over to the big screen. We'll show this off. Here we go. Bam! Here we are. Make sure this works. Make sure everything's not busted and broken. There we go. Check it out. Sheep! Frickin' people dressed up like sheep. And they do carols, and they do sheep things. They just wander around, this guy with the crook leading them around. I guess it's a local thing that they do every year. And you know what? It's like one of those things where it's so nice to know that there's work for people fresh out of you know, acting colleges. Your arts degree really can get you somewhere. Anyways, we saw them roaming around. I thought, oh, that's novel. But some of the people we were with, some of our group, they were like, oh, those are the sheep! There's the sheep! Me being a fake local, not even knowing the local icons. Other than that, though, this year, Spaceman's been very good about getting all of his Christmas shopping done early. Love it. Absolutely love it. Nothing to worry about, no stressing. And I tell you what, I love it when there is, like, one big thing that I know people want for Christmas. Makes it so easy to know what you're gonna buy and know that you've fulfilled that social contract of gift giving, you know? Because one thing I hate is like feeling like, oh, did I spend enough? Oh, did I get enough? That sort of thing. It's the obligation of it all. But this year we did pretty good. Pretty good. I think everybody's gonna be happy. Found a lot of cool, unique stuff. All you gotta do, Spaceman, is not procrastinate, is not leave it to the last second, is not get bogged down in too many side projects and side quests. Just get out there and do what you're supposed to do. What a concept. Don't love gift getting as a concept. That's what always weighs on me. It's like, ah, man, I don't need stuff. Why do other people need stuff, you know? But at the same time, conversely, I really do like giving people little presents, little gifts, little thingamajigs, little doodads. Especially if it's something with any sort of, you know, even minute sentimentality, meaning, that sort of thing. I'm sure I say the same thing every year, though. Speaking of same thing every year, if you ever need to think of a gift for Spaceman, not that our cadets ever should be thinking about something like that, but just to get it out there. The thing that Spaceman loves is, when it comes to gifts, is something that'll be gone by the same time the next year. Christmas, I'm always asking for, like, you know, snacks, drinks, stuff like that. Stuff that I can use up or eat up or something like that, you know? That way it's all done and dusted within like a month or two. And then I can ask for the exact same things the next year. It's so convenient. And then I got less stuff cluttering up the station. That's the important part. Less stuff. Live minimally, you know? Live Spartan. I'm on team less stuff. So news-wise, so it's been a couple weeks. Here's some things that we have missed. Here's some things that I wanted to talk about. So we've had Stream/Game Awards over the past couple of days. Briefly got talking about this with some of the local VTubers when we were doing our meetups. This Peanut guy. I need to look up who this streamer is. It was a whole thing about Stream Awards and the award for Best VTuber. Because this guy who won Best VTuber of the Year Burnt Peanut, that's his name. Okay, just looking it up now. And I'm not 100% sure if it's an actual... It looks just like a... It looks like a 3D rig, but... At any rate, the whole debate over whether we should consider this guy a... quote-unquote real VTuber, which seems silly. It's like, listen, you're using, you know, face tracking technology with a little avatar. Like, I feel like that counts. I feel like that counts. But then I start hearing that he's just generally not a great person. So that's this, and that's a whole other thing. That's a whole other story. That's a whole other issue. But more importantly than Streaming Awards, was the Game Awards from the other night. And, you know, Spaceman doesn't really pay a whole lot of attention to, like, who wins awards for best, you know, best this, best that, game of the year, that sort of thing. But it's the trailers. It's the new stuff that's coming out that gets us interested, that gets us jazzed, that gets us excited, you know? And there's two titles that are sticking out to us right now. First of all, they're dropping info on this new Star Wars Old Republic game. You're just gonna drop that in front of us? You're gonna just toss that on the floor in front of Spaceman with some little teaser trailer and nothing to go off of? There was another game they did the same sort of thing with a few years back. I don't know if it was canceled or if it's just been in development. But I remember the logo almost looking like an eclipse or something like that. Shoot, it's called Star Wars Eclipse. Look at that. Is that still in development? Early in development. And when was that first announced? The first cinematic trailer was released at the end of 2021. So we're 4 years in now, and we've got nothing about it. Similarly, I'm sure that this new Old Republic game, which is called Fall of the Old Republic? Fate of the Old Republic, is again probably going to be in development for years and years, but I gotta tell you, it got me hyped in a way that nothing Star Warsy has in a moment. That's been a sort of era of the expanded universe that hasn't really seen a whole lot of focus ever since the Disney acquisition of the franchise. One of those things where it's like, well, are they ever going to address it again? Are they ever going to go back to that sort of era or not? Because it's still kind of like one of the most well-developed eras in that whole Star Wars mythos. But it's all the old expanded universe stuff, so that was a lot of the stuff that felt like they were trying to ditch when it changed ownership. But it got me to crack open SWTOR again. I tell you what, the Star Wars Old Republic MMO got me to log in there for once in a while. Maybe that's all it is. Just a clever ruse to drive traffic to the old MMOs. But we will be watching the development of that game with great interest. Because we like the concept. We love the concept of another narratively driven Old Republic game. Because when did the first one... I feel like it was 2003 that Knights of the Old Republic came out. 2003 or 2004? Let's look this up. Knights of the Old Republic. Released in 2003. Spaceman, you're so good at this. You're so on top of this. And I guess it's worth noting that the original director for Knights of the Old Republic is helming this new Fate of the Old Republic game, so that's pretty rad too. We love a little continuity of design. Meanwhile, the other game that's kind of got us interested right now, again, another big franchise piece, is this Dungeons & Dragons Warlock game, which has potential to be cool. Looks like it's got potential to be cool. My gut instinct when I was like watching the trailer was like, maybe it was going to be kind of like a V Rising sort of game or something like that. But it sounds like it's more of an action-adventure type game, and it's got like a very set protagonist, which might make me a little less interested, because I feel like that would be a very cool concept for a game. To just let yourself go wild with Warlock shenanigans, maybe even bring some friends along. But if it's just going to be, a single player... oh, excuse me. Like a straight-up single-player action game with a very linear story, I feel like it's gonna be a little less interested. But we'll see. We'll see how it develops. We'll see how it comes along. We'll see how it transpires. So as I said at the top of the show, last week we had friend of the show Neff on, just to talk about this and that, things and stuff, what's new and what's good. I think the most exciting takeaway from that was Neff and her new girlfriend talking about maybe doing some co-streaming at some point. That's going to be very interesting. That's going to be very cool. That's going to be very sweet. And talking about rebranding with a new model as a possibility. We've seen that work to some success with friends of the show before. Like Alpine's always changing their model up. The Nova Swarm switch their style up, and they still look great. Even friends like Koryojo have changed model design and concept, slightly. But I don't know what Neff's gonna do, design-wise, if she does end up changing things up. But I think we're always gonna have a place in like the skits and specials for that astrogeologist. Hopefully we can keep her around. 2 shows ago, before we did the little interview with Neff, also got started talking about, prestige TV and cool series and stuff like that. That's something I wanted to talk about again today. That's something I wanted to touch on again today because within the last week or so, finished up watching season 2 of Severance, and by golly, I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to talk about this show because holy smokes, is this a good show? Holy Moses. First season was great. Concept immaculate. It grips you. It starts addressing, the ethical questions inherent to the concept of the show, which is, and this is not, spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen it. This is all laid out for you in like the first episode. The idea is, what if you could, compartmentalize your own consciousness so that you could, skip past the boring parts of your day, basically. You've got a fragmented version of self that activates while you're at the job or something like that. And the regular you, which snaps back on when you're off the clock, when you're back home, so you don't even have to worry about, professional this and that sort of thing. And obviously there are inherent problems to something like that, as one would expect. And hey, that's why we got a show. That's why we got a whole series. Because that's what we're discussing. That's what we're talking about. And some of the concepts on the show are a little sillier than others, but applying this framework to the idea of, okay, well, what if we use this for people engaged in, top secret work, where you need some sort of crazy security clearance. That's sort of where we start with the show. And it's great. It goes hard. I'm a fan. I burned through that whole first season in like under a week. And then hopped into the second within short order. Originally, I was thinking, should I just wait until... Because I heard that there was a 3rd season coming out in the nebulous future. I was thinking, should I wait until there's more before I, tear through it all? Because obviously the series isn't over. But that might be one of my biggest critiques of the show right now. Let me explain. So I burned through that 2nd season. And I'm like, this is... In hindsight, there's another great example. This is now a show where I feel like they should have just ended it here. Just end it at the end of the 2nd season. Even if there are things unanswered, even if there is more stuff they could do with it, that 2nd season just had such a banger finale. Just end it there. That's all we need. We don't need any more answers. We don't need any more resolution. Just shut it down. 2 hot seasons, bam, done. Classic television right there. The other example I can think of a show where I feel the same way is Arrested Development, where they had 3 good seasons. Then they came back for the Netflix ones where they tried to revive the show, and the format was a little different, and of course everybody's older and stuff, and it just was not the same. Was not the same whatsoever. It's ended at that 3rd season. Let's just call it there. So same thing for Severance. I know they're working on a 3rd season, but I can't imagine that it's going to top the way that season 2 ended. I don't know how you go bigger from there. In fact, the whole thing could have been like a film. They could have condensed that whole show, those whole 2 seasons, down into a very melodramatic film. Anywho, it's great. I recommend people watch it. I'm gonna be bugging people now. I'm gonna be that guy who's recommending shows. But speaking of good shows, we are just 2 more weeks from today until this other show that I want to watch, that I know is airing and that I know is probably good, Pluribus. We're 2 more weeks until that is completely finished and I can start binging it. I got like 3 episodes into it and I was like, okay, I cannot wait around week to week to see where this thing is going. You got to give me the whole deal. You got to give me the whole shebang. I have not got the patience for sit around and ruminate on it for a whole week. I think that tends to be why I don't watch a whole lot of TV series in general. Just because, you know, I don't like the waiting around. Give it to me all at once. I've been ruined by the binge watching aspect of things. When Netflix started doing those, when other streaming services started dropping whole seasons at once, for the most part, I just can't stand it. There are exceptions though. Like I feel like, so next Wednesday, we're going to get the premiere of the 2nd season of the Fallout show, which I thought was a really, really fun show when I was watching season 1. I had never played any of the Fallout games. I'd heard like some of the soundtracks, but I never played the big ones like New Vegas. I'd never played the online one, which was what, Fallout 76? I heard that one, you know, was not great. But at the same time, I know people who still play it. Never played any of the like original point and click, like what do you call them? Like CRPGs. So I was going in mostly blind. Oh my gosh, it's my favorite rat. How you doing, Nana? Nana, I was talking about Kitsune Tech. How do you do? Hi. Welcome to the program. Welcome to the show. I'm the Vector Spaceman. It's good to see you again. And this here's Harbor Station. This is where we stream from. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're living out your dreams. Hope you're having a great Friday. Yeah, how you doing, kid? Nice to see you again. Nana, I was, yeah, we met. Nana, I was telling people about that we got Whamageddon at the Christmas market. My run is over for the year. Oh, our latest and greatest Space Cadet. Thank you so much, kid. Quality Fox right there. Though to be fair, Nana, I don't think you were with us. No, you weren't when we all got bodied by the Whamageddon this year. So you might still be in the game. This is a yearly tradition. Whamageddon 2025. You gotta try your best not to hear Last Christmas by Wham. We're talking the OG, George Michael and Andrew Ridgeley. Covers don't count. Humming it in your own head doesn't count. Smacked by the Wind? No, we got smacked by Last Christmas. We got smacked by Last Christmas. I was explaining the rules of the event to Shiro when we were at the Christmas market. And then we take like 10 steps into the event and it's blaring over the loudspeakers. You haven't heard it yet? Well, there you go. You're still in the game. Try your best. Go for that high score. Yeah, fun little VTuber meetups. How are you guys doing tonight? Hope you're living out your dreams. Hope you're having a great Friday. Hope you're having a great start to your weekend. Haven't heard it yet? Yeah, you just got to make it to Christmas. If you can make it to Christmas, you got the high score. From the 1st to the 25th. But hey, if you can go even longer, why not? You know, New Game Plus. Keep it rolling. Keep it rocking. You guys got all of your Christmas shopping done? All of your holiday prepping taken care of? We're just 2 weeks away, less than 2 weeks away. Oh, enjoy that slush. Enjoy that slush, Inanna. Absolutely. Hey, let's go behind the desk here. Bam. And you can see it change when you order it. It's one of my favorite implementations that we've done here on the show. In fact, I might even just take a little bit for myself. Slurp. There we go. And we've got some hot dogs. And we've got hug dogs. Somebody, I can't actually remember who, but somebody requested hot dogs. So now we got hot dogs on sale. You can have one of those, Nana. Here, I will put this one aside for you. I'll put it bam up there, so nobody tries to get it. So nobody comes and steals your hot dog. Hog the dogs. There you go. Yep, the countdown is on. Spaceman's got all of his prep finished for once. We're actually, so this is another thing we're doing this year. Just the other day, we finished recording our entry for the Space Buffoon and Friends Christmas karaoke album. Every year, Buffy and other members of the Silly Squad, they put together a little Christmas karaoke album with a bunch of VTuber friends. So we got a recording done for that for this year. So that should be releasing, I think, on the 22nd. That's going to be fun. Can we mayhaps get a ship tour for the new Fox? Absolutely, absolutely. All right, check this out. So we're behind the desk here. Let's head on back over to the station. The station in general. So Harbor Station. This is where we broadcast from. You're home away from home. You're part of the ship. You're part of the crew now, Kit. You got plenty of responsibility now. Absolutely. We got the airlock. This opens up over here. Bang, boom. There we go. In fact, let's go take a little. Let's go zoop, 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 zoop. There we go. And we're just gonna leave you guys for a second. All right, don't burn the place down. Bye. Oh shoot, hold on. Guys, let me bet. Oh, where are my keys? My keys though. Hold on. Hold on, it's fine. It's fine, we've got our keys. We got our keys. Bing bong, there we go, fantastic. We just stay goofing. We zoom on out, zoop, 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 zoop. And close the doors. Nah, don't even worry about it, Nah, don't even worry about it. Did you do an animation for it? No. So this was just a recording. But the animations are pretty sick. They are pretty slick, I'm not gonna lie. In fact, you know what? Since we're on the subject, since we're on Ghost, how are you doing? Ha ba ba. Ha ba ba ba. Ha ba. Good to see you, Ghost. Happy Friday. Hope things are well. Hope things are Gucci. Howdy, howdy. We're just giving a little tour of the station to Kit. latest and greatest Space Cadet, and very special friend of local Lunana. Alright, what else can we show off here? What else can we show off? Let's go to the basement. Let's go to the basement. Bam! Here we are in the space basement. The spacement, if you will. Eon, how you doing? Couch Zoom. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a fine Friday. Everybody's coming in all at once. Awesome. Here I thought I was just going to be talking to myself all evening. Good to see ya. It is Friday, if you can believe it. If you can believe it. It's a Friday once again. Does the fish sing? Does fish sing? You're talking about fish in the background there? I'm sure he does his best. That would actually be a fun thing to do. Get him to flap around and stuff like that. No, presently fish does not sing, unfortunately. Just Spaceman, just the Spaceman sings. And the Spaceman sings, and when the Spaceman sings, we like to use this screen here. Let's go to the karaoke booth. Bam, here we are, up in the booth. Up in the booth. Up in the club. All of our lovely scenes, of course, designed by Spaceman himself. And if we need to do a little, hard cutting investigative journalism, then we go on over to the podcast screen here. Wow! Wow, there it is. We messed up the transitions. Yeah, the potty room up in the club. Here, of course, we have guests on the show sometimes. We were just using this on the last stream when we had big friend of the show, Neff, on the program. Nana makes a very interesting point, though, which is that we do very fun, animated skits and specials. Probably the thing... Yeah, a wild Neff sighting, yes. But we do great skits and specials, which is like what we're most proud of here. I encourage everybody to check out the YouTube page, where you can find a playlist with all of our animated skits and specials. I don't think you would find this one on there, though, and since it is so appropriately themed, maybe we should just give it a little watch-see, Introduce Kit to what goes on here. Let me see. Gonna have to make sure... Make sure that I've got the right video spooled up here. Spaceman specials. Okay, looks like we're good. The first skit I saw is that was the first one you saw? So that would have been... Shoot. Well, first of all, that's a good one. That's a very good one. And you can find that one on the YouTube page for sure. But that would have been... Oh, right. That was right before we first met. So that was Anime North 2024. You're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, the poor van. Poor van. So here's one that came out a little bit beforehand then. Nana. Because here's a little skit that we did for Holidays 2022, I think. I think. Let's go back to the station here, and we'll send you on over to the special screen. Let's take a look at the video here. All right, people, the clock is ticking. Let's get a status report here. Lyra, how are we for comms?
Radios are down. Signals are still jammed. Nothing getting in or out of the station.
You let me know if they come back online. We can't afford to take any risks.
Megan, Don, how are things on your end?
Early warning detectors are still operational.
Nothing abnormal. Everything green.
Great work, you two. Corey and Montague, how's our video feed?
I spilled eggnog over my keyboard and everything is super sticky.
It is now safe to remove your USB device.
I love that
All right,
line.
that's
awesome.
good. Dragon, I need an update from the frontline team.
They're off the grid, Vector. We're still trying to reestablish a connection.
Keep hailing. We need to stay up to date with the situation on the ground.
Hello? Hey, does anybody still work here?
And there's the Neff.
Oh, thank goodness you're all right.
Yeah? Why wouldn't I be? Dude, nobody's behind the counter and I gotta buy some last-minute Christmas gifts. Ah, shit, what's going on in here?
We're in the end times, Neff. There's only a few minutes left for us to avoid a complete Christmas catastrophe.
I've got the frontline team on the line.
Hurry, patch them through.
Spaceman!
Ellie, what's the situation down there?
It's a minefield, Vector. I don't know how much longer we can last.
You've done your best. Get everybody back to the station.
Spaceman? You're breaking up. Oh no, I think I hear it.
Ellie, get your team out of there.
It's no good. It's already here.
Dragon, cut the feed.
But the team's still out there.
It's too late. We can't risk contamination.
We can't risk it.
Spaceman!
Gosh, darn it, we lost them.
Alright, would someone tell me what the hell is going on?
The countdown is on, Neff. Our team is spread thin. It's almost Christmas, and we're facing down the threat of full-scale, worldwide Whamageddon.
See, I told you it was related.
Emma, what?
It's real easy, Neff. Every December, from the 1st to the 25th, we try to see how long we can go without hearing the chart-topping 1984 holiday classic, Last Christmas, as popularized by Andrew Ridgeley and George Michael,
old
the British
Pom
pop
model.
duo
I'll talk
Wham.
about old Pom.
Last year we got real close, but it seems like we always slip up somewhere during the home stretch. But not this year. We're organized, motivated, and committed to making it through Whamageddon unscathed.
That's what this is all about? You're going all DEF CON over a stupid holiday challenge?
Neff, you've been on the show for a while now. Sooner or later, you gotta realize that everything we do here is aggressively low stakes.
It's true. Everything is aggressively low stakes. Oh shoot! I just
Oh,
ruined
come on,
everybody's.
people. What did I
just
say about
ruined
phones?
everybody's
Whose is that?
Whamageddon.
Hello? Oh, hi, Jamie. No, it's cool, I can talk.
All right, good job, everybody. We'll try again next year.
Come on.
Seriously, Neff, we were so close this time.
Yeah, that's rough, bud. Now how about some service? I got a whole bunch of beef jerky and scratch tickets to ring up.
Yeah, all right. Oh, but check this out. As long as you're here, you should definitely take a look at this.
The old school phone, yep. We use that as the intro to the Christmas special.
Live from the Harbor Station is the Vector Spaceman Show. Now, here's your host, Vector Spaceman.
And then it would transition, back into the main screen, and yay! Vintage tech, absolutely. Yeah, that was like the intro skit that we ran for the Christmas special the one year. So that would have been before you were around too, Nana. Yeah. I think I've briefly touched on this before. Palm's new model looks great. Let's get that out of the way. Palm's new model looks fantastic. But that OG model though was just so much better for doing skits. It was so much better for animating. It moved around, it wobbled so much better. Like Palm's new model is perfect for standing still. For standing still and like looking around and like maybe doing a few hip movements or something like that, but it does not sell walking as well as the old one did. It doesn't sell, looking around without shaking everything. And you can sort of see that if you watch the latest Halloween special that we did, where we still require Palm's model to be like pretty active. And boy was it a struggle trying to figure out how to puppeteer that one. But you know what? We persevere, we break through, we try our best. I betcha. You know what? I'm gonna pull up another one. I'm gonna pull up the one that Nana would have seen as the first. Skits. Anime North. There we go. Okay, check this out. So here is our little skit that we ran for Anime North 2024. And you know what? We didn't make a new one for this year's, but we're gonna have to make a new one for Anime North 2026. You did a Valentine's one too with Palm Manny. That we've done many Valentine's Day ones actually. I think I know which one you're talking about though. Little trivia, Palm is actually the, like, you might think it'd be a character like Neff or someone like that who's been in the most Spaceman skits and specials, but it's actually Palm. Palm's been in almost every single skit and special that we've done. In fact, it might be 100% of them. Oh, you know what? Okay, so there is one that Palm's not in, and it was the intro skit to the first Halloween special. I think that was it, but we're talking like 99.9% participation rate otherwise. All right, so here is the first one that Nana would have seen us do then. All right, check this out. We're going back to Toronto, you guys, except it's going to be a little warmer. I wish. We're touching down. It's Anime North time.
Ow, motherfucker.
Sorry. Man, traffic is backed up today. We probably should have left earlier, huh?
Oh man. Hey, we almost there?
I mean, look at this. We've been sitting here so long, Alpine's got a whole new model.
You know, we could have been there by now if we weren't driving all over the city picking everyone up. Why did we have to carpool again?
Because it's Anime North, Palm, Canada's premier Japanese cultural expo. And as local independent VTubers, we have an obligation to rock up and represent. Also, it's very easy for me to get lost in crowds, so I kind of have to rely on the buddy system.
Vector, you're not even an anime-style VTuber. What are you gonna do at Anime North?
Same thing I always do at these shows. I'm gonna eat overpriced snacks that look Japanese, but were actually packaged in Brampton. I'm gonna cruise the artist alley, pick up some swag, drink 6 liters of ramen, and then I'm gonna hang around the cosplay area and take pictures of all the cool Spider-Mans.
I think it's Spider's Men.
Right, all the cool Spider's men.
Well, we could have at least taken the highway.
What, are you crazy? I'm trying to get us to a convention, Palm, not die historic on the 401.
Then you could have taken the Gardner to the 427.
Nah, not on the weekend. Plus, they're still doing work on it.
They're always doing work on it.
Also, it goes right past Pearson, and I don't like driving near the airport.
Then go north and take the 407.
What, am I made of money? I'm not the cash man, Palm.
Nobody's gonna understand these references.
All right. If we're in such a rush, well, let's see if we can't kick this thing into gear. Palm, push that button on the dashboard.
This thing has jets?
Well, sure, it's the space van. All right, everybody, hold on tight. Next stop, Anime North. And we're here. Oh, there's one. Nice.
I mean, to be fair, we could still reuse that one every year. Because we didn't put any dates on it or anything, but I still think we should make a new one. I still think we should make another one. Yay! And yeah, that's what we do around here, Kit. We do little skits, we do longer form specials. Like the longest one we ever did is like 40 minutes. we're pretty pleased with him. Did Sid choose the Germa Spider-Man? No, I purposely went and looked for... I can't remember if I always knew I wanted Germa Spider-Man, but as soon as I saw Germa Spider-Man, I knew that I needed one of those green screens as our Spider-Man at the end. I was like, oh, that'll be perfect. That'll be perfect. Yeah, models are still recognizable. I think the toughest thing to do right now would be trying to implement new Alpine, because Alpine's latest design is heavily, and I mean heavily, like, purpose-built. Like, it's all stop motion stuff, so there's not a whole lot of, like, generic motion to it. We'd have to like give them a list of shots that we're planning to do so that they could pre-animate it, basically. Oh, you haven't seen new Alpine? Oh, we should show off some new Alpine, absolutely. Let's see, we'll go over to the blue sky. A little blue sky, where you can also find a vector_spaceman. Let's see. Alpine Showtime. So here's a good example of what Alpine's working with these days. Here's a little test show off of the model. Let me take us over to the gaming page here. We're gonna blow this up and we're gonna share the screen. Here we go. So this is new Alpine. New Alpine is very much like a claymation style. So here's testing off some of the face tracking. But like I said, it's all very, like, the poses are very specific. So it's not like, you know, like our model where we can just, like, you know, look around, that sort of thing. And if we need to, we can like switch up the arms or something like that. Like, hey, or, you know, put a palm out, something like that. We'd have to let Alpine know exactly what we need. Yeah, it would just be a little more difficult to try to do something on the fly with. Which, to be fair, Alpine might jump at the opportunity to make some very specific poses and some very specific animation just for a little old skit. But yeah, behind the scenes, Alpine's working on, you know, even more changes to it. So that's kind of, I mean, we made that joke in the Anime North skit, which was, look at this, we've been sitting here so long, Alpine's already got a new model. Alpine is always switching up their models, switching up their designs, coming up with something new and fancy. Like, we barely got to use Alpine's last model in a full-length special. Managed to just barely sneak it in to the last Halloween special that we did before they were changing things up again. Loves making things difficult. Exactly, Nana, exactly. Always gotta be a problem. Oh, it's fantastic work, though. Don't get me wrong. It's fantastic work. Very different, very unique. Alpine's like a real artist, you know? Not just like a cartoonist like Spaceman here. Alpine's like somebody that you should throw money at. Like a patron of old, you know? Like some Renaissance artist. And then every 4 or 5 years, they'll just emerge from their workshop with something that you know is going to be rad. Something that's going to rock your socks, you know? Blow the roof off. That's what you can expect from Alpine Showtime. Every time. Every time it works, every time. Yeah. Such an artiste. I want to be like Alpine when I grow up. The David Bowie of VTubing? Yeah, right? In so many ways. A game changer. A trendsetter. Just a lithe little weirdo. So this year we didn't do a Halloween special, which was like one of our longest running traditions. And we are less than 2 weeks away from Christmas at this point, so I can almost guarantee you that we are not doing a Christmas special this year. But there's still time we might be able to do maybe not a New Year's skit. We did a New Year's skit a few years back. But the one thing I think we should keep up with is the Valentine's Day skits. Those tend to be pretty funny, and we get to mess around with the characters quite a bit. And yeah, Nana was talking about they saw this year's. I think that one's worth showing off as well. For Kit, who is still getting used to what we do here on the show, so why not show off another one? One more video? Why not? Why not, since we got nothing else lined up tonight? Currently trying to get 1, maybe 2 videos out this year. Oof, by the end of the year? This one is pretty funny. Like, it might be one of the funnier ones that we've done. Just because we really get to... Like, we really get to make Vector look lame. We really get to make him look like a loser. We really get to play with the other characters a bit. It's really a good one. Alright, let's take a look-see. Here's the latest, the 2025 Valentine's skit. Let's take a look-see. Oh, he's so sad.
All right, fine. What?
Oh, hi, Palm. I didn't see you there.
Ugh.
Just the disdain.
Well, you know, it's another year, another Valentine's Day, and here I am, again, spending it alone, with nobody, by myself, solo, single, all alone.
Yeah, no, that's rough, fam. You know what they say, though. There's plenty of fish in the sea or space. Someone out there for everyone. You just gotta have confidence, you know? What else?
Palm just desperately trying to
Hey, Palm,
disengage.
ready to head out?
Oh, thank God, yes.
Hey there, Vector. What's got you down?
No, don't engage.
Aw, hi, girls. Happy Valentine's
They fell for the
Day.
trap.
I was just thinking about how I got nobody to spend the day with.
Well, how come? You're a funny little orange guy. It can't be too hard to find yourself a Vector space gal.
You'd be surprised. Turns out there's not a whole lot of people in space, and even fewer girls. Plus, I don't know if you ever noticed, but it seems like all the girls who hang around the station are either dating, or married, or secretly married, or gay.
Yeah,
there's not a point.
There's some logic on that.
point.
I can agree.
No, I agree.
Well, hold on. I'm not gay.
For real? Well then, Palm, what do you say that you and I...
No.
You see what I mean?
Shut
It's getting
that right
hard out
down.
here for a spaceman.
Maybe you could try online dating. Lots of people meet online these days.
Nah, I've tried that too. But no matter what I do, it seems like girls just aren't into old Spaceman.
Give me that. All right, let's see here. This says you're 24?
I'm young at heart.
And in what world are you 6'2"?
That's in dog feet.
You're not a doctor.
Unlicensed.
You don't have a 7-figure salary.
We're getting paid in rubles now.
And I'm pretty sure you weren't a member of organized rhyme.
Don't believe the hype. Vector Spaceman was a founding member of organized rhyme. Alright, fine, you got me there. But I just wanted girls to think that I was cool and exciting.
You don't have to lie to get girls to like you, Spaceman. Just be yourself.
Right now,
or at
right?
least be normal.
I try, but it seems like anytime I get a match, they stop responding as soon as I say hello.
What have you been texting them?
Just regular stuff.
Uh-huh. Here, pretend I'm a girl you just matched with. Show us what you normally do.
Was that wrong?
Alright, first of all, that's just gross. And secondly, that's not even your own penis.
You don't know that.
It's the wrong color.
Oh. Well, it was the biggest one I could find.
Vector, what makes you think anyone would want to see that?
I thought that's what you're supposed to do. As a high-value space male, it's important that I demonstrate worth and virility right off the jump.
A high value. Have you been listening to podcasts?
Even better, I've got my own personal guru, an expert in the weird and wondrous ways of women.
Nobody you know should be giving advice on women.
Sounds like you're getting scammed, Spaceman. How much are you paying for this?
Oh, I'm not paying. It's all pro bono. Her advice is free of charge, all in the service of making me into the alpha spaceman I was born to be.
And yet, somehow, it still feels like you're getting ripped off. But seriously, why would anyone go out of their way to... Wait a minute. Did you say her?
I really do love how expressive like Mom's ears and stuff are with this new model. Of course it was.
God damn you, Neff.
Alright, why this time?
Have you been teaching Vector how to talk to girls?
Yes.
Why would you give him such terrible advice?
Well, see, I like to think of it as humanitarianism, a service for all womankind. By keeping a loser like Vector Spaceman locked out of the dating pool, it leaves more room for quality candidates, like me, or me, but mostly me.
So sabotage, then.
Hello? We're in space, Palm. There's barely any girls here to begin with. I gotta take every advantage I can get. Plus, I don't know if you ever noticed, but it seems like all the girls who hang around the station are either dating, or married, or secretly married, or me.
She's got a point. Actually, no, I agree.
Well, hold on. I'm not dating.
For real? Well then, Palm, what do you say that you and I...
No.
Man!
Valentine's Days.
Space girl, the
Yeah.
we'd end was if you were sucked into a black hole, but I'd still spend my days dreaming about you. Dreaming about
See, I like that one. It just makes Vector look like such a dork. It was really great getting to, like, I love writing for all the girls' characters. I think that's why the second Halloween special is one of my favorites. The girls' night one. Just because we get to put all the characters, you know, into fun little situations. They get to have their own little side adventures. anytime I can write Vector out of a scene, you know, where I can sideline the spaceman and just focus on the other characters, I really enjoy doing that. In fact, the less Vector Spaceman there is on the Vector Spaceman show, you know, that's where we thrive, I think. And hey, it's great for me because it means I don't have to record as much, personally. Host a friend Valentine's, a Friends-in-Tines, a Valen Friends event. That'd be fun. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Yeah, what did you say up here? Don't worry, Vector, you can spend Valentine's with your local rat in 2 months. Thanks, Nana. Thanks, Nana. Time to become a director. Listen, that's what we've been doing this whole time. Written and directed by Vector Spaceman. Maybe I ought to just start offering those services to other VTubers who want to do stuff. Don't be coming in here and trying to sell me viewers. Can't you see that we've already got the finest cadre of space cadets that anyone could ask for? Get lost. Get on out of here. Get banned. Ew, bots. But anyways, long story short, that's what we do around here. That's what we do around here. We do little VTuber skits and specials, and they're always fun. And I've already got some ideas for what we might do for this year's Valentine's Day skit. Yeah, we lasered that bot into dust, absolutely. Pew, 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 pew. In fact, let me check my joke bin here. Let's see if we've got any. Okay, yeah. But, like, because we've done it so many, like, every single Valentine's Day skit has been Palm, Vector, and Neff is usually involved as well. We got some ideas here. Send all the characters to a speed dating event. That could be fun. Making characters dating profiles. Yeah, we've got some ideas here for what might make for a good skit script. But that'll have to wait. We're just gonna have to put all that together into a neat, tidy, tight little script so we can record. I mean, because shoot, if we're gonna do a Valentine's Day skit, then we're gonna have to get on that basically as soon as Christmas is over. So many ideas. Listen, we've got, how long is this folder now? Many, 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 many pages of unused ideas. And I've always said, we're just gonna basically keep doing these as long as we've got ideas. And the longer we take a break between doing skits, then the longer this list of ideas is gonna get. All right, I gotta stop reading these. Otherwise, I'm gonna get distracted. I'm gonna get distracted by my own ideas. The checklist do not be shrinking. No, you're absolutely right. Yeah, get that blue. Get that blue. Everybody deserves a drink. Oh, and look at you redeeming the first for the night. Great job, Ghost. Great job. Well, you guys, I want to thank you all for coming out tonight. we pretty well talked through Blue, most of what we were planning on chatting about earlier on in the show. Reminder, if you haven't seen Severance, go watch that show because I was blown away by the season 2 finale. I think they should just end the show right there. You forgot the forced. Don't worry, Nana, there's always next time. We could probably program like most of our interactive like redeems and stuff are just through like Mix It Up. We could probably talking about, is it online? I mean, there's websites. You could definitely watch it on some websites. Yeah, I don't think it's a Netflix show though. But I recommend. It was a good shoe. Good shoe. We could probably rig up something so like after somebody claims a first, then it puts a second redeem and then a third redeem and stuff like that. I think it is Apple. I think you're right. The director was Ben Stiller. You don't think of being a director, but has got films under his belt and television as well. Yeah, I was a big fan of the way they ended the second season. I know they're working on a third, but I think they ought to just end it there. And super excited this Wednesday, Fallout Season 2. That first season got me so jazzed about like the whole setting, the wasteland, all of that, and I'd never played any of the games. That was like my first exposure, my first real exposure to the series. You know, I know what a Pip-Boy is, and you know, I've heard a lot of the songs that are on like the soundtrack and stuff, and I know vaguely about like New Vegas, but you know, I'd never played any of the games, never even really seen them played, except at the occasional stream here and there, that sort of thing. So I was a complete newbie. But I like what they did with the show, so I'm excited about this second season. Should be fun. Should be fun. Now, we have got a very special event going on tonight, you guys. Hope it lives up to the first season. Here's the thing. I don't think it's gonna, and I don't think it's gonna because they're probably planning for like a third season, a fourth season, stuff like that. And when you know you're planning out that far, I feel like they're gonna bring a solid B+ game, but I don't know that they're gonna bring their A game. You know what I mean? If you're writing toward what you know is gonna be, you know, another cliffhanger, if you know you're just padding things out because you're setting things up for future seasons, I don't know, man. You know what? Let me look that up even. Fallout Season 3. Do they already have Season 3? Fallout Season 3 plans to start shooting in the summer. So there you go. We could have been, you know, I feel like we could have been happy with just 2 seasons. The same can be said for so many shows. Even if the show isn't top tier, still glad that video game adaptations don't completely suck anymore. I mean, I think Fallout released the same year, if not a year, maybe it was a little after the Halo TV series adaptation, which was not great. I think it's still a mixed bag, but Fallout is definitely pulling some serious weight in terms of the not completely sucking anymore category is concerned. I actually can't think of any other video game adaptations that have TV shows right now. So maybe that's for the best. Maybe that's for the best. Did Assassin's Creed have a show? I know Assassin's Creed had a movie. I didn't realize it had a show, though, did it? Oh, Last of Us. Yeah, I've still never gotten around to watching Last of Us. That's done, right? The Last of Us TV series. Or is it getting a third season as well? Oh, it's getting a third season! Planned for release in 2027. Grug, how you doing? Welcome to the show. We're just winding things down, but I hope your Friday is going well. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a great start to your weekend. Hope all is good. Hope all is swell. Hope all is fine and dandy. Yeah, that's one thing, Eon, where like is this a karaoke stream? Nope, this was just a just chatting stream tonight. We were just talking about things, stuff, concepts, ideas, thingamajigs, doodads, you know, the usual gamut of a just chatting stream. How are you doing? Hope you're living out your dreams. Holidays are coming up. Hope you're getting prepped for that. We were showing off some newer cadets, some of the old skits that we've done in the past. Got to go home early from... Hey! Sick! We take those wins. We love to hear it. That's a mighty fine way to start the weekend. All right, so as I was alluding to, we have got a milestone of a moment. Friend of the show, Corey Ojo, is having her 4-year anniversary stream tonight, so that's who we're going to go raid into tonight. It was good chit-chatting with everybody. Got hit on my head and I was... Well, shoot, Grug. All right, well, hey, get that looked at. Get some rest. Rest up. Take it easy. Take care. We're not going to burden you with any more mental stimulation then. I want everybody to be on their best behavior when we raid into Corey's show. Say nice things. Tell her the Vector sent you. Say happy 4 years, Corey. This is one of our oldest associates, our oldest streaming companions and friends and what have you, who's been with us since the earliest skits and specials, and streaming partner, and fantastic. Yeah, you know, it's not that it's getting too late, Ghost, but we've sort of exhausted everything we were planning to talk about, and we're getting a little sleepy, a little eepy, unfortunately, so we're ending things a little early tonight. But thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Kit, thanks for being our latest and greatest Space Cadet. Nana, always good to see you. Thanks for reminding us about some of the earlier skits and giving us an opportunity to show those off. You know we always appreciate it. And you know we always appreciate you, Space Cadets. Appreciate it as all. Well, thank you so much. Ghost, you know we appreciate you as well. Let's set up that raid. So, recalling, we are going to go see Corey Ojo of the Corey Ojo Show, who is probably going to be doing some of her own music tonight, because Corey is an accomplished singer with several albums under her belt. Thanks for being here, Nana. We got blessed with a Vector yap, and we will continue to yap. So we're going to try to keep streaming next week, and maybe even the week of Christmas. We'll try to sneak a little something in there if we got the time. we've got the opportunity. But until then, Space Cadets, as always, I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in tonight, wherever and whenever you are. Kit says bye. They're in Expedition 33 cutscene. Well, thanks for tuning in, Kit. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Until we see you again, you guys, this has been the Vector Spaceman Show with me, your host, Vector Spaceman. Stay well, stay fancy, stay fantastic. We're going to be back same time, same place. Next week, I'm thinking Tuesday, probably regular streaming time, right here, 8 p.m. Eastern, live from Harbor Station. We will catch you on the other side, Space Cadets. Until then, no matter what life throws your way, good luck and Godspeed. This is Vector Spaceman signing off. Now stick around for that raid, because we are about to go and send you off for some more fantastic content for your evening. Say hi to Corey. Do your best. Be on your best behavior. Be stellar Space Cadets. Enjoy your weekend. We will see you all again real soon. Bye-bye.